Hello, people of Earth. I'm Dan Lockhart, the Ride of the Valkyrie Dan Lockhart YouTube channel. This is Season 8 of Ride of the Valkyrie Dan Lockhart. I've had the opportunity to travel to a lot of different places in the world, but I choose to ride my motorcycle right here in Colorado. If you like my adventures around the state, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. Thank you. Have a great day. Hello, people of Earth. I'm Dan Lockhart of the Ride of the Valkyrie Dan Lockhart YouTube channel, and this is my introduction for Season 8, Episode 7. Still on my ride out to Lake City, Colorado, and in this one, I actually make it into some mountain roads and a small little canyon area before you get into Lake City. Actually, a very beautiful day, and unfortunately, there is a big fire that's still going on out there. I'm hoping it's a little cloudy today. We're hoping to get some rain in this part of the state. That should help firefighters out down there at the Elk Fire, which is in the Uncompahgre Mountains, southwestern Colorado. The Elk Fire, you can actually see it from Lake City. You see it better when you're in town and you're looking from south to north, but it's too bad. That's as close as I've ever been to a wildfire. That's as close as I ever want to be to a wildfire. So anyway, the scenery in this one definitely picks up, not so much out in the plains, desert looking area, but the trees, the canyon area, the rock faces. I think you'll like it. If you do like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel down below. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Have a great day. Adios, muchachos.
Okay. For me to drive, I want to try the Corvette back because I had it in storage garage down in Littleton. Kid said, he's never going to say that's okay. So right before the surgery, I asked the doctor if it was alright. He said, yeah, you should be fine. You just have to stop every hour and get out and walk around so you don't develop any clots or anything. And I laughed at Gary, just look at me like, jackass. Well, anyways, spent an extra day down there, kind of recuperated a little bit before we came back home, and went back, picked up the Corvette, got in the back. We got on Monarch Pass on the west side of Monarch, and yeah, it was kind of, I guess, the springtime-ish, and that's really when you have to watch out for stuff, the rocks coming down on the road. And kind of on the west side, just beyond the summit, a couple turns. And I was in a group of cars. I think Karen was ahead of me just a little bit. And we came to the spot in the road, some rocks that had come down. And all these other cars were just driving over, and they're all like SUVs and stuff, and they had the clearance to make it. Well, I had 0 time to actually do anything to avoid it, and I actually ended up driving over the rocks, and it was crunchy. This little stream in here, Savoya Creek, there's good fishing, fun fishing. I think I got quite a bit of water in it too. Interesting. Savoya is a small tributary to the Blue Mesa. I got a really nice branch up that way. East of here. Now those last Harley guys, they waved at me. The previous people Harley guys, there was like 6 or 7 of them. They didn't wave. Yeah. Maybe it's something that's going away for bikers. I think it's an acknowledgement of the brotherhood. Even though I'm on a Honda, which I love. I'm sure I'd love a Harley too if I had one. This thing just works. Keep the maintenance up just like anything. So what did you do for the 250th anniversary of the country? In my previous video, you can see Karen and I went at the Pasadena into town for the 4th of July parade. We just kicked that thing off with the flyover. There's a couple of things flew over. That was fun. And then after that, about a week after that, sitting in the house there, some more fighters flew over. They went up the valley there. And it sounded like they were flying down my hallway. Yeah. You never hear them coming, but once they get by you, it's like, yeah. Yeah, I guess the military does some training around here. I always get the two terms mixed up for my manual cruise control and my light on the back of my helmet. I can't remember if it's brake free or brake away. It's one of those. The cruise control was either brake free or brake away, and the light was either brake free or brake away. I never keep that straight. But I think the light on the back of the helmet is really important because it works off of motion. In theory, the way it's supposed to work, or why it's important, and I believe it does work that way, is when you hit your brakes, a light comes on. But not only when you hit your brakes, but also when the engine braking is downshift, the light will come on. Which is a good thing, because if you didn't have that, then people wouldn't know that you're slowing down. It's got a magnetometer and an accelerometer in it, and that's, I believe, how that thing works. When it senses the change of motion, the light comes on and flashes. Braking or engine braking. Very cool. I could say that's a necessity. Oh, look at this tree ready to come down on the road. Wow. And when we head into the little canyon right before you get to Lake City, I'm going to stop and turn on the GoPro 12. And have that on hopefully all the way into Lake City. And I might just keep going and do the Lake St. Cristobal thing first, and then come back to town and stop at Packer. Chris here, and that had their plan. That's the plan. I just wanted to get out and make a run. Oh, that was that. So Scotty, the oldest of my three Scotty boys, he's 12 years old now. He's had to go through some stuff in his lifetime. 4 surgeries. He had sarcomas. He had one on his right foot, declaw, and then he had a sarcoma on his left rear big toe. He had to cut his toe off and cut the declaw off. He survived all that. And then at different times he pulled his left ACL. We had to get that repaired, and then he pulled his right ACL. We got that done this year. Poor guy. But he's bounced back. You know, I mean, he's like what you might expect a 12-year-old dog to be, you know. He's got arthritis, just like me. You know, heavy fire activity. Oh, wow. Yeah, Karen, hey, check, make sure that road's open into the town. Maybe not, it's fire. I guess we'll find out, won't we? I'll give it to clear it up pretty much. I would like to go over the $1 million highway to Missouri sometime this year too. Maybe that would be really pretty in the fall when trees are turning. You have to be a bit more selective about the time of day because it's quite a bit cooler that time of year. You can't start like at the crack of dawn. I took a run over Kepler Pass once in the summertime when it was mid-July. I left the house at 6:30. Kepler Pass is probably the beginning of that, I'm going to say 35, 40 minutes, maybe not even that far from my house. And by the time I got to like 5 miles of Kepler, my hands got so cold that I couldn't work the clutch and the brake anymore. I had to stop and warm up. And this is like the middle of July. I left the house at 6:30, and I get Kepler by 7. It just gets really cool in the mountains. Yeah, I can smell the smoke a little bit. Yeah, the reason I ended up getting a new 360 camera was because I cracked the lens on my old one on my X4 and I replaced it, but I don't think it was ever really the same. I could still use it, just not the quality of pictures that I like to have. And they're not all that expensive. This mountain here always reminds me of that mountain in, what's that movie, Close Encounters. It kind of has that look to it. This is pretty cool. Point of entry. I told you it's cool. There's water in that. Yeah, it's down, but there's water in it. Up on both sides of that drought equation. Where it's been dry and nothing else to, oh my God, this is ever going to stop. Yeah, I've had snowbanks in my driveway that were like high enough, but those are like, wasn't sure I was going to be able to shoot the snow over the top of them with my snowblower, especially on one part of the driveway. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit. Alright. All I have to do is remember to turn that Gilbert ball off. actually live out here. Why? Nancy? I can see that. Like, oh. Pine trees are pretty healthy, isn't it? Fire activity ahead. So yeah, 2 nights ago, I watched a video that was produced by the Colorado Department of Transportation. 5 years ago, there was a rainstorm, a flash flood rainstorm that happened in Glenwood Canyon on I-70. And many years ago, in the Glenwood Canyon, they rebuilt the highway in there to be on 2 tiers, elevated. And they, when the flash flood happened, it washed a bunch of rock and mud down onto the highway on the elevated section. And this one woman, just one of the tunnels east of Glenwood Springs, just east of it, the first tunnel, she got trapped in her car in the mudslide, and she thought, oh, I'd like to survive, so she tried to get out of the car, and she couldn't open the door. The mud had been pressed up against the door, so she rolled the window down, and she was able to go out of the window. And she lived about 2 miles from that point, and she ended up walking through mud, swimming through water, but she made it home. She survived. That was 5 years ago. The reason that the flood was just really out of control was the water ran through a bone scar. There wasn't any vegetation or forest to stop that water. That's the cause of all that. But they've had, over the years, they've closed down I-70 several times. Some boulders coming down on the road and going through the elevated highway and all kinds of stuff. It's not the first time that the flood thing has happened. You know, the highway right there runs right next to the Colorado River. You don't want to be caught in that. You don't want to be caught in the flood and get washed into the river while it's flooding. Man, that's a raging torrent. Spring runoff and all that. Good, man. That river is just ripping. Rip, rip, rip. I'm going to look for a place to pull over, I think. Turn the camera on. My 360 still running. Massive flat spot. Just probably do. Get those legs working again. What happened to you? Come on. Yep. Accelerometer mode. Max time lapse. Max video. I don't like settings. There we go. Alright, that one's running. Let's know how long that battery lasts. And 360 still ripping. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Still pretty nice since there's no smoky. Even my eyebrows are fuzzy. I can see them bouncing around in the wind. Old man eyebrows. Big, hairy, bushy. Yeah. That's right, I'm going to be 74, 11 days. Getting there. Karen and I get a little bit nervous about fire. I bet the people out here are concerned. I got some new sunglasses this year. I'm gonna put those on when I come back home because I want to see how they work with the visor. My other one's a little bit too dark with the visor. Oh, I can't tell if that GoPro 12 is on or not. Should be. Well, by the time I get back home, I'm gonna roll over 13,000 miles on the bike. $11,000 of those are mine, approximately. Yeah, 880. I like to get a couple thousand there, if I can. It doesn't really work out. It may not work out. Oh, quite a bit of water in there. Got a fish on there.